the tapping opens the doors and closes the doors. So the tapping is on the karate chop points. We open the doors and close the doors, and from there we just go through the body tapping. We can do a little demonstration.
Yeah, man.
Whereas we start on the top of the head, which people know is the crown chakra. And as you tap these pressure points, they begin to open, just like the effect of dropping a pebble into water, and you get this ripple effect. Well, that's exactly what you're doing. You're basically rippling out wavelengths of energy from your crown chakra. And as you move down to the first eye, outside of the eyes, under the eyes, I'll just show you the points on the heart, top of the pecs, under the arms, kidneys, outside legs, and you'll be standing for this. You'd run your hands down to the big toe and press alternative toes all the way through and come back to the karate chop points and close the doors. That's just a very brief explanation of how to do emotional freedom technique or tapping and where to tap on the body. And just to mothers out there, this is extremely useful with children throwing tantrums. And being a father, I understand and know a child in tantrum is quite a challenging experience within a stressful life already, and you have to have much patience, and sometimes you haven't got time, and you end up having to take a tantrum child, and it's traumatizing. Here's the thing: take the child's hands, open up the karate chop points, tap on the positions that you've just seen, and you will be amazed at, within 1 or 2 sessions, you may have to repeat it a second time depending on the child, how the tantrum disappears and the child's bewilderment at what the heck was going on. Try it yourself. It's incredible.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry man, we just wanted to go into that briefly. If you can go back to the nutrition side of things,
Sure.
because obviously this is all leading around the performance aspect. Storm's got, different things, different takes in the world that aren't necessarily just about performance. But for this one, guys, I want to find out how Storm can, do these amazing feats of flexibility, balance, strength, on what most people would term, myself included, as really minimal nutritional value.
That's correct.
But obviously you're the flip side to that, so if we can just lead back into it.
Yeah, so on a nutritional basis, nasal breathing is the basis of your nutrition as opposed to mouth breathing. So nasal breathing, diaphragmatic breathing, it sounds like it's nothing to do with nutrition, but it's your basic nutrition of your soul, of your energy body.
Yeah.
And without the nutrition of your energy body, of the source, of your fountain, or fuente in Spanish, as we are in Spain on the beach, without the nutrition, without being connected, plugged into your source, you're absolutely nothing. So my main nutrition is nasal breathing, diaphragmatic nasal breathing to relax. The second nutrition is the sun gazing.
Sorry, Storm, just one thing on the nasal breathing, because we've done this yesterday, guys, and the diaphragmatic breathing. I would still have done it in terms of taking that air in through the nose, so you're actually sucking in. But you had an interesting point yesterday about using the stomach as the pump.
That's
so you pump the stomach
correct.
out to actually take the air in.
That's correct.
Not the opposite way around. You don't pump the stomach up with the air you've inhaled.
That's it.
So if you can just speak on
that.
that.
It's a critical difference that Kieran's making there. Generally, people would think to breathe you need to take air in, because most of the population breathe through the mouth as mouth breathers, which isn't the hole or vortex in the body for breathing. So you have to suck. You have to suck like a vacuum cleaner. But when you breathe through the nose, you don't need to suck air in. It's not like a vacuum cleaner suction. It occurs, the suction, due to what Kieran's saying, the stomach acting as a pump. So when you push the stomach out, as you push the stomach out, it causes a vacuum which pulls the air in. And when you tense the stomach in the exhalation and get to the ultimate exhalation, it expels the air. So it's really important that the stomach as you can see is expanded, sucks the air in, and the stomach pushes the air out.
And that relates to the way we go about our day as well. You were talking about how we're in a constant state of not alpha
awareness, a constant state of theta, delta, or alpha state. Alpha state, because we're using beta.
Yeah, so you're using beta. Beta breath.
Yeah, right.
So we're in a constant state of panic mode, guys. So if we're going about our day if we're breathing, as Storm says, through the mouth, we're in this panic breath. So the breath is up here in the neck, as opposed to actually in the stomach and the
Or
lungs.
into the lungs, but it's not diaphragmatic,
It's
which
not
is down here.
diaphragmatic,
It's a small
which is a
little
more
panic breath.
calm. So again, going to like your day-to-day, guys, I know a lot of people will probably watch things like this in the morning. I know I do myself. If I'm watching stuff by like Ty Lopez, different guys, you know, it'll always normally be in the morning, because I think it sets me up mentally in a better place. You know, if I get some stories about what they're doing and how they're living their lives, it helps me.
Nice one.
So again, if you're doing this in the morning, guys, stressful time for most people is the rush to work. You know, you may be missing the tube, or you didn't quite get that bus, or you're in the car hitting that, you know, morning traffic, crazy. Great. Man. So again, we're in this panic mode. That's when people are having road rage, that's when people are throwing things at stuff, you know. Is that one thing we could just change? Again, not about performance, but just in terms of a better person, in terms of a more healthy human being. Just simply change that breath, and your reaction to things will be a lot more calm and controlled.
100%, and the reason why, the scientific reasons why, because we like to ground these things into reality so people can get it, is this. It's very simple. We have two holes in the nose. They're a specific size. The mechanics of the body is for breathing through the nose. It allows a specific amount of oxygen into the body. If you breathe through the mouth, you suck in too much oxygen. You can lead to hyperventilation. The second reason is we have an olfactory nerve which runs from the sinus right to the brain. It carries oxygen to the brain. That's its function. If you breathe through the nose, you carry the oxygen to the brain. If you breathe through the mouth, you don't. So you can work out the effects of no oxygen in the brain or lack of oxygen to the brain. Furthermore, inside the nose you have filia, these little hairs that fill the nasal passages that are not too fashionable to be within the beauty scene, but they're very functional in that they're your filter. They take out the pollutions in the atmosphere that today are probably overwhelming, but in a natural atmosphere they just simply sift out the pollen and the dust away.